Hey everybody, Jennifer Angel here. This is my Pluto and Aquarius report. Huge move, okay? So I'm going to go through it. I have this report in video that you can watch it on my blog and also on a podcast, okay? So I'm going to include I'm going to include the actual signs as well. And so, wait to the end, and then you can see down the bottom there, I'm going to put the time code so you can just, zoom ahead on it and just go to your sign if you don't want to listen to all of it. All right, so let's see what's going on. So, it's been a 16-year transit that, Pluto is an outer planet, so it's a slow-moving planet. Yes, it is still a planet in my eyes anyway. So, but it's been in the traditional sign of Capricorn, and that's been challenging establishments to do the right thing as well as individual. And then on March the 23rd of 2023, planet Pluto made his move to the sign of Aquarius. And apart from a few retrogrades that are coming up in 2023 and 2024, when it will briefly retreat to Capricorn, then it's going to take up residence in this more freedom-loving and humanitarian sign of Aquarius for a 20-year stay. So it's Pluto's journey through the sign of Aquarius is a significant astrological event. And it will have both positive and challenging outcomes for all of the 12 horoscope signs, and we're going to cover them later. So, when I finish the overall report, let's have a look at that. As I said, we'll go through each of the signs. So, in astrology, Pluto represents transformation, power, and intensity. And so while in Aquarius, it symbolizes innovation, independence, and change. And Aquarius is the sign that's most concerned with humanitarian affairs and the rights of others. They're the ones that will sort of go out on a limb and stand up for those who can't, speak for themselves. So the combination of these two energies, it's going to bring a significant shift, not just to your world, but to the world, okay? So it's ushering a new era of technological advancement, so we can see more advancements there, and we see that happening now with all the AI, chat going on. Quite amazing. I know not everybody agrees with it, so for me the jury's still out on it, but it's quite sort of stunning to watch. Let's see where that leads. But this transit will encourage individuals to simply embrace their uniqueness, and express their individuality and innovate in ways that were perhaps previously thought impossible. And people will be more willing to break free of the traditional norms and, experiment with new ways of living. And their minds are going to be open with Pluto and Aquarius. And they will also be more willing to reach out to others with simple or big, just acts of kindness, so that's the beautiful thing about Aquarius. Only one, there's lots more. So Pluto and Aquarius will also bring about a greater awareness of social and environmental issues, leading to a rise in perhaps activism and advocacy. So both energies of Pluto and Aquarius will aim to uncover anything that's unjust in the world, or to the people of the world. And not only that, but they will aim to hold those responsible accountable for their actions, okay? So, individuals will be inspired under this placement to just use their influence and resources just to create positive change, as I said, not just in their world, but in the world at large. So whether it's through volunteering, fundraising, or education, people are going to step out more for what they believe and their values. So, and this can all take place in a very creative way or a different way, and due to the motivation of seeing change taking place, hence, people are going to start to be more innovative and think outside the box. And again, in America, you call it think outside the box. In Australia, I think it's think outside the square. Same thing, you know. So, you know, however, you know, all these benefits does, of course, come to some challenges. There's always two sides, as we know, particularly astrology. There's always two sides, a positive and negative. I mean, Newton's law of physics sort of teaches or tells us that, and it shows up that way very much in astrology all the time. So Pluto and Aquarius, you know, it may also incite conflict, rebellion, and a disregard for authority. Okay, that's all very Aquarius. And then you got that powerful energy of the Pluto, you know, behind it. So, you know, as I said, Aquarius will always look to fight for those who cannot or are unable to present themselves. So even though people can become a little too fixated on their personal agendas, they don't lose sight of the collective good. So, you know, that's the great thing about this. But, you know, when people get together as a group and they're all fighting for the same thing, then yeah, there's some disregard for authority and rebellion that can, you know, rise for that. So, you know, watch this space. Let's see what happens. And particularly over this year and 2024, when, you know, when a planet is transitioning to another sign, you know, transiting into the other sign, they're at that 29 or 0 degree. That's called a critical degree. So it intensifies everything. So this next couple of years, I mean, you know, let's hope that, you know, let's, I'm not even going to say it, but, you know, let's just hope that things sort of even out. All right. All right. So let's take a closer look now at how Pluto and Aquarius will affect each of the signs. So as I said, there'll be positive and challenging effects for all signs. And, you know, it encourages the individuals just to step up and be themselves. And, but, you know, there is also that risk of conflict and detachment. So with awareness, mindfulness, individuals can, you know, we can all just navigate these changes and use them as an opportunity for our own personal growth and transformation. Let's not forget that part of the Pluto energy, apart from it being a high energy of integrity, keeping everybody in line and in check, it's a very personal growth and transformational energy. All right, so let's start with Aries, and as I said, we'll put the time code, you know, down the bottom, so you know, you can just go forward to your sign. All right. All right, so Aries are individuals. You may feel empowered to take action towards your goals, which is great, and your dreams from the viewpoint of your heart and your inner wisdom, okay? And you can be more assertive pursuing your passions, particularly unconventional ideas, all right? Friendships take on a high level of importance, recognizing and nurturing those who are in your tribe, okay? And at the same time, eliminating and making the decision to walk away for those whose energy clearly does not resonate with you. And, you know, Aries, you can expect to have more insight as to the suitability of new friends or colleagues when meeting them for first time. So you want to pay attention to that, pay attention to those insights, right? So, and you know, you can also expect to be getting involved with some charitable initiatives that'll also be on your cosmic agenda, and particularly when it relates to a cause that is very close to your heart and values. So whatever that is, then that's where you want to put your energy, okay? Taurus may experience some financial changes or transformation in your values and priorities. This will especially relate to work, your career, and business matters. There will be an emphasis on integrity in all dealings, not just with the companies that you work with or for, but also with the people that you associate with. So if you're entering into new agreements or new positions or looking for jobs, you want to do like a little bit of a background check on them. Never mind them about background checking you. You want to make sure that they are of good and solid integrity, okay? So making a difference not only in your corner of the world, but you can also have the vision now to make a difference in the world at large through what you do within your own business and career. Okay, so it's very much about your career. And before engaging with others on a personal or professional basis, as a Taurus, you will look to do your due diligence. So as I said, you want to get in there, find the info, get the fact finding, and make sure that the people that you're associating with and working with are up to your standard. Okay. Geminis are naturally drawn to intellectual pursuits, and with Pluto in Aquarius, you can experience a shift in your communication style and also the topics that interest you the most. Okay, so for instance, you can expect to be less agreeable. You're a mutable sign, so you like to go with the flow, but this position will just empower you to embrace your individuality by voicing and standing up for what you believe is right, not just for yourself, but for others too. Publishing is an area of business that takes on a greater significance, and many of you might start, or finish writing a book during this transit, and in some form or another. And some of you will probably decide to write your personal memoirs. Okay, and so whether it's published or not, it doesn't seem to be the point here, because just writing your personal memoirs, that alone can provide you with an extraordinary deep level of healing, releasing, and therefore transformation. Okay, so Cancer sun signs may experience intense emotions, more so than usual, and may need to confront the issues related to their home or your family life. Okay, and if you're brave enough to go all the way to getting in touch with like deep-seated issues, then you can release energy blocks that perhaps have been blocking you from achieving what you want for many years. And once you do that, it's going to be able to provide you with a great deal of freedom. Okay, and not just a sense of freedom, but a personal sense, and a physical sense of freedom, emotional and physical. So Pluto in Aquarius can also bring about transformation in your financial investment strategy. Okay, that's nice. And with a focus on looking at solid opportunities rather than get rich quick schemes. You want to get things that are going to stick and be there, for you for the long term. You may also feel a strong inner urge to explore your spirituality and your metaphysical practices, and find that you want to start nurturing your inner wisdom a little bit more, and, finding teachers that you resonate with, and, to be able to sort of step into that space where you can embrace your inner wisdom and your inner heart. Okay. Leo. So as a Leo, you can experience a shift in your identity and may feel like you are undergoing some personal transformation. Let's not forget it. Now, Pluto is the planet of transformation, along with Jupiter as well. So with Pluto in Aquarius, Leo can experience changes in his or her creative process and your artistic expression. Okay, so how you step out to the world and how you show the world who you are. So you may also feel called to take risks and embrace innovation in your personal life. And when it's about love, you can gain clarity now with what are your top priorities and values. Okay. And the deeper that you can delve down to get in touch with yourself, like your true you, the more you will attract friends and a partner who complements and completes you, rather than attracting and reflecting the lessons in life that you still need to learn. Okay, so this is sort of huge, because if you don't deal with your stuff, then that's the people you're going to attract that tend to trigger that, so you can deal with it. So the more that you deal with yourself, the less, the more that you're going to attract true people in your life. Okay. And of course, that's just going to lead to happier and more fulfilling relationships. Who doesn't want that, right? All right, so Virgo, as a Virgo, you can experience changes in your work or health routine, which may require you to adapt to new circumstances that are just more suitable for you and, and that supports your schedule better. However, Pluto and Aquarius can prompt you to do a total overhaul on how you organize your life. So you can be setting new boundaries, not just for others, but for yourself too. Okay, so you want to get integrity within yourself first and set those boundaries. So, and if you do that, then you can just simply get more life out of your life. Okay. This is also a transit that places your health and overall well-being right on top of your priority list. It's time to do a deep dive. You want to make changes to mind, body, and spirit, okay? And incorporate practices that support this overall well-being. And above all else, it's a time for you to put your own needs first. Virgo, not that you're not going to look after others because that's part of who you are, but you have to look after yourself first, okay? Now, Libra, as a Libra sun, you can experience changes in your relationships now and need to balance your desire for harmony with a more take charge attitude. This shouldn't be too hard for you because you are a cardinal sign, which means you like to sort of step in and get things done. But with Pluto in Aquarius, Libra can experience changes in the way you communicate. So you're likely to be more assertive in expressing your opinions, making decisions, and just pushing through any fear. In other words, less indecisiveness, which leads to less stress. Okay, all good there. So it's about doing what is right for you, Libra, okay? You can still be conscious of the needs of others, but it's more about finding the balance between being there for them while it not being detrimental to yourself and your own needs, okay? So once again, you can't get away from balance with Libra. It shows up in all sorts of ways. Okay, so Scorpio. As a Scorpio, you can experience a deep transformation during this transit, okay? So Pluto is your ruler, so no surprise there. Mars is your co-ruler, your original ruler. These two planets are pretty heavy duty, so, okay, so this can involve that you confronting your inner, deepest secret fears and confronting them like head on, okay? And then being courageous enough to let go of the old patterns. And when you do this, it will represent opportunities and openings to just incorporate a healthier mindset as well as physical practice in your day-to-day life. This can also bring about transformation in your financial affairs, all right? And that also will inquire you just to let go of old patterns and your old money stories and your old beliefs around money. So this Pluto in Aquarius transit will focus your attention more on your environment as well as your home environment and your family interactions. So you can expect some realizations, perhaps caused by developments that are out of your control. So which can have you reevaluating everything, things, people, and situations in just about every area of your life, but particularly in the home and family area. So get ready for that. Sagittarius, you can experience a shift in your beliefs and can be more earnest about diving in deep to expand your knowledge of your chosen religion and spirituality, or become more interested in philosophical or universal laws and studies along those lines. So with Pluto and Aquarius, as a Sagittarian, you can experience changes in your sense of identity as such will be challenged to just to let go of the old and outdated self-image. And so when you do that, that's when you can step into your new transformation. Okay, so Pluto is a lot about releasing and embracing, okay? But the releasing has to come first to embrace the new. You can also feel called to embrace your uniqueness and pursue sort of unconventional paths, which perhaps you've thought about but haven't gone down that track before. Okay. And communication, although your pursuit of knowledge and communicating to others has always been one of Sagittarian's high values, you'll now take on it'll take on a greater level of importance. So you can realize and understand that the knowledge that you have and that you've required over a long space of time is actually of tremendous value and does need to be shared with others, particularly during this time. Okay, so Capricorn, say hello, fellow Capricorns. We can experience changes in our career and may need to adopt to new opportunities and challenges. Okay, but let's not panic, because these changes can actually reflect a more positive outcome to our bank balance. However, keep in mind that Pluto is about integrity, okay, and uncovering secrets. So when it's about money and your financial portfolio, Pluto in Aquarius steps in to ensure that all dealings are above board. Otherwise, they can come crashing down. So they're not worth going, over that line. So you want to be mindful to do business with and be mindful of who you do business with, and also be brave enough to, say goodbye to toxic or dishonorable people, or just go, no, that's not for me. Okay. This is also a positive and very potent time to upgrade your mindset. Okay, so in this position of your chart, the solar second house, so you want to be mindful that how worthy you feel of receiving is likely what you will attract. Okay, so you want to keep your feet firmly on the ground, set solid foundations, make sure that every thought is a positive one. Get in touch, start noticing what your money story is. I mean, as I said before, I'm working with John Azaraf, and he's very much about this, breaking down what your money story is. Is it empowering? Is it disempowering? And changing that. And that's what all us Capricorns need to do right now. Then we can set solid foundations, and that's going to give us the reassurance of security while we move into the future. Okay, with a stronger bank account, that's what gives us security for sure. Excuse me. Aquarius. So as an Aquarian, you're a very individual person, and with Pluto, the potent and intense planet of transformation, now in your sign for a 20-year stay, so you can expect to undergo significant transformations during this time. So get ready to discover your unique talents and what your purpose in life is. So Aquarian sun signs are innovative and readily pursue unconventional ideas. So that's all good. You're online there. And ideas that are cutting edge and, genius quality. So you want to keep thinking along those lines. So technology as well as spiritual endeavors, and, perhaps the two combined can open your mind to all sorts of other matters that perhaps only you can grasp an understanding of. Therefore, you need to be conscious of breaking it down to communicate to others in layman's terms, okay? But above all else, you will see for yourself all the greatness that you are. So Pluto in your sign will just uncover that. It's like a light bulb. All of a sudden you go, hey, yeah, I am great. I am wonderful. I can do this. So, this is like an amazing thing for Aquarius. And, however you decide to support those that you love, or the causes that you stand up for, as well as your values on worldwide issues that are clearly dear to your heart, and there's going to be more than one, I'm sure. So, one thing for sure, you are destined to make a difference in the world, okay? Even if it's like a small difference in your world, but it can also be in a grander scale. And now it's needed more than ever. So, you know, no thinking small, Aquarius, okay? All right, so Pisces. Pisces sun signs can experience changes in how you connect to your inner wisdom and your intuition, and how you find ways to inspire yourself, as well as pass on all that positivity that you thrive on, and pass it on to others. So, I mean, if not already, then you're likely to become more interested in metaphysical and spiritual aspects of life, and just follow more of that inner wisdom and building that relationship up with your inner self. So you may also feel called to work in this area, at some level. But at least incorporate more spiritual practices into your own life. Pisces are always called to do that. And right now, because of the position, because of Pluto, and because of Aquarius and the position of it in your solar chart, it becomes more significant, let's say, more of a hot topic for you. So you want to reevaluate your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. Are you doing what you love? Ask yourself, a series of questions. If you're not, what would you do if you had no restrictions? Okay. And once you find opportunities to change directions, then sometimes outside developments can happen as well, which really sort of forces you to change. All right, and that way it can just push you to follow your path of your soul's journey. And in this case, it's just a matter of letting go. As I said, Pluto, there's a lot about Pluto, which is about just letting go of old patterns. It's like releasing and embracing, okay? And once that you let go of those old patterns and beliefs that clearly no longer serve you, which can be challenging, but it'll be so worth it, because then that opens the door for something new, greater, and grander to, come into your life. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed that. This is, like, as I said, a significant, significant planetary transit. And thank you so much for watching. As I said, you can watch this, listen to it, or read it on my blog at jenniferangel.com. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and I would love it if you could share it as well. Okay, bye for now. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Bye for now.